welcome to Shooby Dooby Doo, a podcast where we talk about pop music, specifically by deep diving a randomly chose UK top 10 singles chart from the past. The jukebox are playing like a one-man band. Where do we go from here? The ghouls all came from their humble abode. The music was soothing and they all started grooving. I'm Andy Robinson.
And I'm James Cook.
And which top 10 randomly chose? Well, I like to stress this at the beginning, genuinely random, isn't it, James?
Yep, can't blame us.
Can't blame us for choosing whichever date this is, which is...
It's the 19th of September, 1973.
In the top 30, at least, this week, there were other great records. There were things like All the Way from Memphis by Mott the Hoople, Nutbush City Limits by Ike and Tina, Caroline by Status Quo, You Can Do Magic by Limmy and the Family Cooking, Laughing Gnome by David Bowie, Welcome Home by Peterson Lee, all this kind of stuff, James.
One big news story happened 4 days before this.
Okay, I like to put it the chart we're going to talk about in some kind of a historical and pop cultural context, James.
Yeah, at a church in Birmingham, my parents got married.
Right. As you can see, this is a massive kind of insight we offer on Shooby Dooby Doo up into pop culture.
Well, this will have been the charts when they got married, so...
I like where you're
a
going
bit of
with
family
this.
history there.
Well, I had a little look at what happened in 1973. I mean, none of it was as let's call it cataclysmic as your parents getting married, James.
Please don't refer to their marriage as a cataclysm.
All right, then. Well, what happened in 1973? I had a little look at it. Not much, admittedly, because I was hoping you'd do more. But the UK, we joined Europe, and the World Trade Centre was just open, so that's good, isn't it?
Yeah. Incredibly, my parents' marriage has outlived both of them.
See, this is what we're talking about. Me, personally, I was a 3 or 4 year old. I know the charts, so I'm going to say, James, I have a memory of 10 or 20%. I bought some of these on various best-ofs and compilations, since that counts, doesn't it?
I knew 2 of them, I think.
Have you got any stats this week?
Oh, I've got some stats for you, Andrew. This top 10 contains 2 UK number ones. There are 4 songs going up, 3 going down, 1 new entry and 2 non-movers for a total net movement of plus 20. There are 6 British and 4 American artists, 6 soloists, 4 groups, 3 covers, 1 sort of cover, and no women.
No women. I noticed that. The patriarchy kicking in already. By my reckoning, there are 5 songs about the complexities of love, 2 songs about parts of the body, 3 songs about the subject of music itself, and 1 song heavily preoccupied with thoughts of the afterlife and demons. There are 2, not self-references, but references to other pop stars this week, and there are also 3 beautiful key changes, so I'm delighted.
You can check out this top 10 on our Spotify and YouTube playlists. The links are in the description. All you have to do is click, and there they are. And you can have a listen and figure out what it is we're talking about.
Always recommend you listening to the Spotify or watching the YouTube playlist either before, during or after this podcast, because not only does it make sense of what me and James are prattling on about, also a little bit of music in your life can't be a bad thing.
There are another half a dozen songs on our playlist that are in the top 50 on the 19th of September 1973, and we'll get into them in our special bonus tracks podcast, featuring Elvis, Marvin Gaye, some lush Philly soul, and the soundtrack to A Ninja's Day Off. You can join our Patreon community for free. The bonus tracks podcast costs less than a pair of Puma Clydes a month.
Puma Clyde's very popular in 1973.
Named after an American basketball player whose name was not Clyde.
Well, I see no reason to hang around here. Are you ready, James?
Uh-huh.
All right, fella, let's go.
Number 10.
Up 14 to number 10 this week, it's Perry Como with the song For the Good Times.
It might be the saddest song of all time. It really breaks my heart. Not my words. The words of Casey Musgraves.
Oh, yeah, the country singer.
Yeah.
She's great.
It's not the saddest song of all time, though, is it?
Well, James, I'm also going to say, while we're talking about sad singers, let's say, this is a song that Elvis covered in his, let's call it, sad period, when he was sadly singing songs in his sad abode. So, you know, it's definitely... I was going to talk about that in Patreon, sad Elvis. I think it's a fascinating little bit, but let's move on.
It's kind of all about someone wanting a last go on their ex, isn't it?
Absolutely. If you listen to it closely, it is a song about a fella.
Yeah.
Last go is a good way of putting it.
Yeah, we're breaking up. One last one.
You don't think it's sad and heartbreaking? And I'm guessing from your interpretation.
I just think he's horny. I think horny Perry Como.
All right then. Well, Indrad Buddyman 1529 on YouTube, he says, hopefully the beauty of this song can unite our hearts and stop the war. So he's someone who disagrees with you.
If everyone just stopped the war and had one last go with their ex.
It's definitely part of the song, isn't it? First time I was listening to it, I was thinking, who split up with who, if you like? Who's got the power? Inverted commas, not like Snap.
Yeah. Who do you think has done the breaking up in this relationship?
Perry Como, by the sound of this.
Yeah.
And he's telling her to pretend that she loves him one more time.
Can you just pretend? No. That's not romantic.
He's also saying, don't say a word about tomorrow, which sounds a little bit like, keep your mouth shut about it. Yeah. All right, James, we're dismissing it. I think it's a beautiful song. No?
I think it's fine. I read all this stuff about it on the internet about people going nuts about how this is one of the all-time classics and it's so moving.
Yeah.
And I listened to it and I went, is it though? That's my opinion. I can think of sadder songs.
That's coming over loud and clear. Now, this is the insight. I looked into, as you know, James, I look at YouTube comments a lot. For this era, a lot of people are going on about departed family members. When you do the 80s, everyone's just really happy. In the 70s, there's a melancholy, yeah? J.R. Matthias 1954 says, this is beautiful. It feels like a time when there were no cell phones. Just a radio was enough to live a happy and comfortable life. What do you make of that notion? All you needed was a radio?
Yeah, well, it was before cell phones, you're absolutely right. And you could have just had a radio, but you probably were bored.
Hey, I'm going to do some of what you usually do. Do you know who wrote this song?
I mean, yes, I do. But...
Do you know who produced it?
Yeah.
Tell me, I have no clue. I was hoping to get you involved.
You do know.
I do.
Go on.
Chris Christopherson wrote it. Chet Atkins, a fantastic country guitarist who, you know, all that, they produce it. It comes from a place of pedigree, doesn't it?
Yeah, I suppose it does. I mean, by the sounds of it, this song could have come out at any time up until 1973, couldn't it? It could have been in any of the charts. It could have been in the chart we did from 1952.
Yeah.
So it didn't feel very representative of the era.
No, I mean, I'm going to say number 9 we're going to. It was a strange, let's call it, an overture to the charts in 1973. The next one has got, let's call it, the MOTR bent, if you like that phrase, which I don't, so I don't know why I said it.
MOT? Oh, the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Oh, it took me a minute. I was thinking about my MOT again.
Hey, Perry Comatose, you could call him. I don't mean it. I think he sings it beautifully. Can we talk about the song a bit?
Yeah, sure. Are you getting your guitar?
I'm going to get my guitar.
Okay, while you do that, a little quiz question for you. So Chris Christopherson...
I can't pick my guitar when there's a quiz going on. Yeah, let me concentrate, yeah.
Chris Christopherson, or Quiz Christopherson, as I'm going to ask you a question. You know, country and western legend, movie star. How many times did he have a UK hit single?
I would say never. It was only cover versions.
No.
Help me make it through the night. Me and Bobby McGann. Let me rectify partially because of your body language. 4.
Well, no, it was 2, and it was the 2 you just mentioned.
A subconscious million pop points to me.
Me and Bobby McGee, and Help Me Make It Through the Night. They were both in the UK charts in the same year. What year?
1973.
2024.
Okay, explain, please.
Well, his only UK chart entries were those 2 songs. They got to number 95 and 96, respectively, in October 2024, just after Chris Christopherson had passed away.
Right, okay.
So until then, you were right, nothing.
Anita Vilo 03187 says to Perry Como, let go of someone or something that doesn't belong to you. I thought I'd just throw that in as a little bit of wisdom.
What was it? What did it say?
Let go of someone or something that doesn't belong to you. Not, as Perry Como is trying to do, knob it one more time. I mean, it changes so many heartbreaking songs, doesn't it? If you think Perry Como is just going to come along and do his thing with it. Imagine that. When P. Diddy, sorry to mention him, I'll Be Missing You, when he sings that song, if Perry Como was singing, he'd be trying to knob whoever died, James. I like the way this is developing. We've got a new runner whenever Perry Como is mentioned.
He just wants one last go.
One last go. That's what he says, isn't it? And then he's got the audacity to say, this is for the good times. Oh, yeah, Perry. I'm sure you'll have a good time. Hey, stop looking at my mum like that, Perry. I like it. The chorus especially, some nice chords in it. So he's going, lay your head. Just messing around on D for a bit. Beneath my pillow. Lovely, yeah. Lay your
head beneath my pillow.
He gets his victims. Oh, you want next time I'm doing this is good. Listen to these beautiful chords. Hear the whisper of the raindrops. Lovely A minor. I don't mean a minor.
I know.
In the Kendrick Lamar way. Beating soft, the G against the window. G minor. And make believe you love me one more time. Then this lovely chord.
Ooh, yeah. Intrigue.
Yes, a bit of intrigue in there for the good times. Come on, this is a pretty song.
It didn't do it for me. It sort of melted in the background a little bit.
It did it for other people. Johnny Cash has covered it, as I mentioned. Elvis in his sad period. Al Green's done it, so you know that they like it at least. Nina Simone said Perry Como had the voice of an angel.
Bing Crosby called him the man who invented casual.
Sports casual.
If it hadn't been for Perry Como, we'd be doing this in dinner jackets, this podcast, instead of whatever it is we are wearing.
Thanks, Perry. Also, when Nina Simone said the voice of an angel, I'm going to say a little spoiler alert. Part 2, the numbers 5 to 1, we're talking about the fingers of an angel, so, you know, something to look forward to.
All the parts of an angel covered today.
Ray Gerald on YouTube, he talked about Perry Como. A very personal take this was. He said he was working as a bag boy in a supermart in Florida, and back in the 50s, Perry Como gave him a $10 tip.
That's loads in the 50s as well.
Isn't it?
A car for that.
And also, he said later, when he worked for the North County Ambulance Squad, that's Ray Gerald rather than Perry Como. Yeah. Perry Como's son had a tooth come out at night or something, and it was blood, and he rang up the county squad, the ambulance.
The ambulance squad?
Yeah. It's America, isn't it?
Right.
Taylor Swift has got a squad, why not the ambulance county? And then, essentially, Perry Como bought an ambulance anyway, as thanks for looking after the son and his nasty tooth or tooth.
He bought them an ambulance?
Yeah.
It's like the tooth fairy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tooth came out, we put an ambulance under your pillow.
So I like these little examples on YouTube now and again that people talk about their personal encounters with pop stars. I mean, Perry Como sounds like a good fella, despite his nefarious ways.
How old is Perry Como when this record hits the charts?
I do not know.
He's 61.
You see, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I was surprised to see Perry Como in the charts in 1973, I have to say.
Yeah, as was I. Born Pierino Ronald Como, sold 100 million records worldwide. Nicknamed Mr. C, but not the one from The Shaman. Those are two different people. He has 3, count them 3 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. 1 for radio, 1 for TV, and 1 for music. What job did he have when he was 13?
Perry Como?
Bearing in mind, his surname is Como.
Was a personal hairdresser for Bobby Charlton, and he just had to do the V at the end of it. Well, I don't know.
No, he was a barber. He was a barber, and he was 30.
Nominative determinism.
Yeah, he was a 13-year-old barber. He used to have to stand on a box to do people's hair because he was little. And then he would sing to them when they were in the chair and sort of got known as a bit of a singer. And one thing led to the other, and then he sold 100 million records.
Amazing. When my barber is cutting my hair and giving me right-wing theories, I should remember this. Maybe he'll end up taking over the world.
Number 9.
Down 3 to number 9, it's Spanish Eyes by Al Martino.
Again, Al Martino had the first ever number 1, didn't he, James?
Way back in 1952, which we've spoken about on this podcast previously. Yeah. Do check out all our previous episodes.
Please do. And also, like I say, so a bit like Perry, you're not expecting to see him in the charts in 1973. And also, like Perry, Elvis covered this song as well. So there's 2 versions Elvis was lurking around. I wish he'd done some other ones coming up, actually.
Also covered by Nana Muscuri, Engelbert Humperdinck, Il Divo, Faith No More.
I saw a lot on YouTube comments. I saw a lot of people there because of Faith No More, so I'd like to hear that version.
The first version of this song was recorded by the Austrian singer Freddie Quinn. This makes us laugh because we know a comedian called Freddie Quinn, and the idea of him singing this is very funny to us.
He'd do a good job of it, I believe.
There are over 500 versions released of this song in various languages. And to me, it's all about the drums.
A bit like Meghan Trainor, but not the bass. You think the drums is the most important component.
They drive the song forward. I saw the first two songs we were doing this week, Perry Como and Al Martino, and I was thinking, this is going to be a croon fest. Como comes on, does his thing, and I'm like, standard. This comes in, drums. That's something I wasn't expecting. A little bit more exciting.
I get you. It has got a drama to this record, hasn't it?
And it's a mashup.
Go on.
Yeah.
I'm all ears.
The song's a mashup. So the music is from a song called Moon Over Naples by Burt Camford. You know Burt Camford.
Of orchestra fame.
Yeah, who has the mad hits, as the Bare Naked Ladies would have us believe. In 1965.
What's that a reference to?
In the song 1 Week, Burt Camford's got the mad hits. Moon Over Naples was the original song, 1965. Then lyrics were added by Eddie Snyder and Charles Singleton, who, along with Burt Camford, had written the song Strangers in the Night. Al Martino is sent the song to record, and he goes, I don't like the lyrics, rewrite them. So Singleton and Snyder rewrite them for him, and he gets Burt Camford to play on the record, and the song is Spanish Eyes.
Do you like the lyrics? He's saying she's got the prettiest eyes in Mexico as well. So I like let's call it, the geographical stretch.
You've got the prettiest eyes in Mexico.
Mexico.
In that one area. You'd have to go forward to the World Cup of Prettiest Eyes.
Al Martino, he's saying adios, not goodbye in this, but you don't get the impression like Perry Como's trying to knob her, do you?
Well, he is.
What I like, James, got a great example of the major to minor bit. I think it's got so much drama. Soon I'll return, bringing you all the love your heart can hold. Yeah? And then, please say to me. I love that bit. A perfect example of the major to minor.
Reminded me a bit of O Sole Mio, It's Now or Never.
Yeah, all that stuff.
A little bit of that going on.
Yeah,
and therefore, just one cornetto. They are all the same song.
That is a reference to an advert that was in the 1970s for the ice cream product. I think we should explain it, James. You never know. Someone might be listening to this who's not us. Imagine that.
What?
Hi, thanks for listening.
So it's originally released in the UK in 1970. Only gets to number 49. What do you think drove its resurgence here in 1973?
I do not know. I was hoping you'd say this. Looking at YouTube comments, it might have something to do with the fact that Al Martino was in The Godfather, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that had come out in 1973, been a massive global worldwide smash. Global and worldwide, of course, meaning exactly the same thing. He plays Johnny Fontaine, the character loosely based on Frank Sinatra in The Godfather, and off the back of that, this is re-released, and people are like, hey, it's Johnny Fontaine, let's buy his record. It is his first UK top 10 single since 1954, and his last UK hit ever.
And, it's a classic song, isn't it? Spanish Eyes. I feel I've heard this all my life. Maybe not Al Martino singing it, but knocking around.
Spanish Eyes, Spanish Omelette, Spanish Steps. Good tribute bands.
Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah. These are all Spanish things.
All Spanish things. Hey, email us in to shoobypodcast@gmail.com with your... I can't even be bothered to finish that sentence.
Fair enough.
All right.
I'd like all Spanish Eyes. They are closed between 2 and 4 p.m.
Number 8.
Down 4 to number 8 this week. It's Dancing on a Saturday Night by Barry Blue.
Can I just jump in here to say that On a Saturday Night is in brackets and there is no G on the end of dancing?
Important work, James. I like it when you pick me up on this stuff. Barry Blue, short for Barry Blue Universe, yeah?
Nope.
What?
No, he was born Barry Green.
Okay.
This is true. In fact, his first 3 singles had been released under the name Barry Green, and none of them had been successful at all. So he changed it because someone told him that green was an unlucky colour to circus performers.
Okay.
So he went, well, I'll go blue then. And then he had this big hit. But it is because it is great.
There were a lot of, I'm going to call it colours in the 70s. Weren't there? Barry White, Al Green, Deep Purple, Black Sabbath. I organised my CDs, James, by colours. I took my records the other day by White Snake and Green Day and Blue and Simply Red, and I put all them in the bin because they're fucking rubbish.
Hey! Oh, you're right, though. There is a Barry White and a Barry Blue.
Yeah.
If they came together, they'd be sort of a Barry light blue. does raise the idea that there must be Barrys of all the different colours out there. There must be a Barry Brown.
If you are Barry Brown, email us in at shoobypodcast@gmail.com and we can work out actually from your email address who wrote this song this week. I mean, she wrote it once upon a time, not this week. But you get my gist. Who wrote this song?
Well, it was co-written by Barry Blue and Lindsay DePaul.
And you are saying, James, as I think you alluded to, I think this is good to reference, you have been digging this song this week.
Yeah, I have.
It's a joy, isn't it?
It's a grower. It's probably the song that's grown on me the most this week. It's a joyful song. It's got a bouzouki in it.
It does have a little bit of the old Greek flavour to it, doesn't it?
Yep.
While it's knocking around, let me get it. It's whatever I haven't worked out properly, but it's in D, I think. And it's all that. Something like that. On the... It's got that little flavour to it, hasn't it, now and again? I played that terribly, but mainly because of copyright. My apologies.
It's got that sort of continental holiday vibe.
Yeah.
Which I suppose in the early 70s, where people were first starting going on sort of package holidays abroad, might have reminded them of their holidays.
I mean, sometimes when I have DJ'd, you know, sometimes, James, when something has finished, in my case, a comedy club, they are setting up the room, I think I'm going to have a little go at DJing. I put this record on in, let's call it, they're clearing all the chairs and tables, along with some other 70s songs like Dancing in the City, I'm in the mood for dancing, these kind of things. I like the little notion of these 70s records about dancing, just trying to infiltrate people's minds before they inevitably ask for Spandau Ballet.
And this does feature the lyric that you mentioned earlier. The jukebox are playing like a one-man band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd get a new jukebox if it was doing that.
Hey, featured, these are things I learned from YouTube comments this week. A lot of people used to go to roller skate rinks and they'd hear this record. I like the flavour of that notion. Everyone whizzing around on four wheels. Also, it featured in the film The Long Good Friday, which I have seen but can't remember. IMDb rating, I don't know what, according to some people on YouTube at least.
So yeah, co-written by a woman in a chart with no women in it. Lindsay DePaul, what did she do with Mike Moran in 1977?
I do not know.
She represented the UK at Eurovision.
Oh, yeah.
They came second.
Which song? Do you know?
Rock Bottom.
I love that song. Not on Spotify anymore. That's weird that I know that, isn't it?
It's disgraceful. DePaul made history by being the first female to perform her own composition at the Eurovision Song Contest.
Okay.
She was a trailblazer.
Now, you've got a little theory, James, about Eurovision. I think UK has been picked on by other countries. No one likes us and we're downvoted. You don't agree with this, do you? You think it's
I just think they're voting for other stuff.
Because of... Oh, I don't know. I don't care. Anyway, this is good. On YouTube comments... Kevin McNamara 9935 says, I'm now in my 60s. Whichever comes first, funeral or wedding, this will be played. I like the notion of a record either for a funeral or a wedding. That's got to be a good song.
Usually when it's got that combo, it's because it's been at the wedding first. And then it's at the funeral.
We're not trying to explain how to live your life, Kevin McNamara. Good luck to you.
If you want to get married after your funeral, that's up to you, mate.
All right, this was sad. Nick Christian 8195 on YouTube comments says, Judith Dando from Blackwell Guides. Are you still out there? So, Judith Dando, if you are listening, get in touch with Nick Christian 8195. He's got a little hots for you, I'm going to say.
I hope they're age appropriate for each other.
It's a song with a key change in it.
Hey!
I forgot that about Al Martino. That was another one with a key change in. I've been put off my stroke this week.
It's all right. What happened to Barry Blue?
I do not know.
He'd go on to produce Boogie Nights, the song.
Okay.
For Heatwave, as well as songs for Bananarama and Amazulu.
Ah, great.
Among many others. And also write for Brotherhood of Man, The Doolies. He wrote I Eat Cannibals by Toto Coelho.
Did he?
And All Fall Down by Five Star,
Amazing.
which I mentioned because I had that on 7-inch single. So I will have given some money to Barry Blue indirectly.
That's pleasing to me, the notion of ostensibly a short-lived pop star, Barry Blue. He's got a career and making great art, I'm going to say, along the way. This maybe because of this. This intrigued me this week on YouTube comments while I was looking at Barry Blue. This happens very rarely. Maybe because of the notion of this, let's call it this dynamic I'm about to introduce. Barry Blue thought, fuck this for a game of soldiers. I'm going to stay behind the scenes. David Steele 2217. So I don't know if it's...
Could be the old Liberal leader or the cricketer.
Let's say it's either one of them. Anyway, they're very spiteful. They say, after watching the YouTube video, would be a great song without him pouncing about. So I watched him dancing. And then Lorraine Barton, right, 9561, she says, I think it's a load of crap and he's a proper big head, really fancies himself. I liked it when it was first released and I did like it, but I was 10.
He thinks he's a big head.
This is
What in the song is big-headed?
I don't know.
Thinking about how he likes dancing on a Saturday is big-headed, is it?
I mean, looking at YouTube comments, James, sometimes for this podcast is enough of a living hell anyway. So I quite like it that this dynamic of people who don't like the pop star piling is not there. But I recognise the first time I ever saw Jarvis Cocker, I was watching him, I thought, oh, do one, mate, you're ridiculous. Now, the second time I saw him, you're great, actually. What a great performer. But there is something sometimes about a pop star's performance that makes some people think, oh, do one, mate, go away, you're getting them on. Have you never experienced that?
Oh, yeah, I suppose I have. But not with Barry Blue.
It seems
He
weird,
just wants
doesn't
to
it?
dance on a Saturday night.
I think the notion of a pop star parading, pouncing about, as Lorraine Barton says, it can affect your enjoyment of a record, can't it?
That's what we want pop stars to do. We want them to ponce about.
When they have to do a performance all on their own, there's no band behind them. They're exposed, aren't they? You know, as you've seen, 1973, Perry Como, Al Martino, more coming up. The notion of just this lone person out and about on their own. What do you do when there's an instrumental break? How do you engage? How do you look at the camera trying to look however you're trying to convey yourself?
I'll tell you how.
Yeah.
You ponce about.
That's about really fancying yourself, being a proper big head.
It's basically the song Money for Nothing they've written there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Number 7.
Down 6 places to number 7. It is last week's number 1. That's quite a drop in 1973. It's Young Love by Donny Osmond, his third and final number 1 as a solo artist.
Did you enjoy this song? Do you know it anyway?
No, I didn't know it.
Didn't you, James?
No, I know it's an old song, isn't it? It was written in 1956
Whom by?
by Rick Carty and Carol Joyner. Originally recorded by Rick Carty with the Jive Tones, and then there were 2 versions released in the UK in 1957. One by Sonny James, which got to number 11, and one by Tab Hunter, which got to number 1.
Oh, okay.
So this has been a number 1 song twice.
I knew this song a little bit. It was one I remembered from my childhood, maybe because of the subject matter. Also, you know, there's a beautiful cover version I'm more familiar with, to be honest, by a fella called Chaim Tenenbaum.
By who?
Chaim Tenenbaum, his name is.
Tenenbaum.
Yeah. Sings with Kate and Anna McGarrigle. What's it called, that album? The McGarrigle Family Hour. That's not on Spotify. Oh, this is interesting. I thought I'm going to mention this record because I've only got a vague memory of who sang it and what album it's on. It wasn't on Spotify when I was looking. And James, in my head, I sort of went, oh, I won't talk about it then. I discredited it, I disowned it, I cancelled, if you like, just because it didn't exist in the digital world.
In a world where everyone is delegating their brains and memory to the internet anyway. Yeah, you've got to fight against that, man. Got to keep it real.
I believe so. Never mind Young Love. We are doing some old moaning at the moment, but we think it's important.
There are a couple of bits in the song that made me laugh.
Go on.
One is the end of the chorus. The previous line had ended with the word devotion. Yeah. So you know there's a word coming up that's going to rhyme with devotion. I think we all know what it's going to be. And how he sings the line is, it's like, we share with deep, and then there's a pause, emotion. And you're like, payoff.
Nice.
Brilliant. And also the second verse, he just talks it.
The beginning of the second verse, it's delivered in a monologue, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love that bit, don't you like that?
It always makes me laugh when there's a talking bit in songs.
Well, quite. I mean, it's always such a, I'm going to say it's a ballsy move. Donny Osmond, he's got big dick energy on this song, despite it being about young love. I like the notion of speaking something.
Big Donny energy.
Doesn't happen often enough.
Produced by his older brother Alan and Michael Lloyd, who'd also produced Crazy Horses and the songs I've Had the Time of My Life and She's Like the Wind from Dirty Dancing.
Okay. All right, Michael Lloyd. Now, this is good, I think, from Marlana Edwards 5296. I think this is very valid. The lyrics of the song. She says, this song makes an excellent point. It tells you that young love is just as serious as any other. And it's definitely got that feeling, hasn't it, this record, Donny Osmond? But he means it, man. It does, for me at least, anyway, it did ping me back into the notion of young love and what it actually means.
Because this would have been after Puppy Love. So he's gone from Puppy Love to Young Love.
Yeah.
What's next, Donny? Old Love? Sound like Perry Como.
This is a good observation by Ray Sling on YouTube. I've gone to a newer video of this to see if he still switches hand on the microphone every line. Why does he do that? And then I thought that's a great observation by Raceling. I had a look at the video. There he is, Donny Osmond, singing, hopping the mic from left to right hand. It's a bit of a, let's call it showbiz performing. I'd never spotted.
I suppose it makes it sound like someone else is singing. Do you want a sinister edge to this song?
I love a sinister edge, James.
In the book Helter Skelter,
Yeah.
the Sonny James version of this song is mentioned to have been frequently played on the radio at the Manson Ranch.
I don't know why I'm laughing. My apologies.
And young love was also a term of endearment that Charles Manson used to his female followers. And then Donny's singing about it.
Marlana Edwards, right, she's also chipped in apart from this song about young love and how serious it is. She's saying that's the handsomest Mormon I've ever seen.
It's like the prettiest eyes in all of Mexico. You are the handsomest Mormon.
This is a notion of young love. They say for every boy and girl there's just one love in the whole world. Do they say that for every boy and girl? I mean, it's certainly in the metaphor of love, isn't it? There's someone out there for you, just one person. What do you make of that?
Well, if that's true, I'm quite lucky in that mine was living about 4 miles away from my house when I was a kid.
How handy.
Yeah, that's convenient, isn't it?
I think there's sometimes when people talk about that notion, I think you're married to someone you went to school with.
Yeah. You haven't looked very far, have you?
Should we talk about what other pop stars have spoke about with young love?
This could go either way, couldn't it? There are definitely some pop stars we shouldn't be talking about at all in this section.
I go to brainyquote.com. Try and guess who it is, James. All pop stars, yeah?
Yeah.
And maybe we can also discuss the notion, since Donny Osmond's fairly simplistic about it.
I think when you're a teenager,
Yeah.
because of your hormones, etc., and because a lot of the time you're experiencing the emotions you're experiencing for the very first time, it feels bigger, doesn't it?
Yeah. You have no other reference.
Yeah. It's like, oh my God, this feeling, whatever the feeling is, it's so massive and all-encompassing. And it takes over your whole brain.
I'm delighted you brought this up. It seems a great point now, especially, James, because I wasn't really educated in some ways. So a lot of my education I took from pop songs, actually. And let's call it the slightly hysterical, all-embracing references to love often in the charts. As a young boy, I used to think, is that what it's about? Is that how you should be feeling? They can certainly influence your view of the adult world, can't it, pop music? I think it's a fascinating point. Like when I was growing up, I was listening to a lot of Elvis records, especially the 50s Elvis records. He's quite sexual. Hey, he wasn't sad Elvis yet, he was a sexy Elvis. And just the notion of the way Elvis sang some lyrics, what was going on about it, I thought, oh, maybe that's the way I'm meant to feel. Maybe I should be thinking, holy smoke and land sakes alive, I never thought this would happen to me. That kind of notion. Which pop star says about young love, it starts with trusting yourself, even if people are telling you you're too young to trust yourself? That's a good bit of notion, isn't it?
Is that someone who's quite young themselves?
Yes, someone who headlined Glastonbury last year and loads of knobheads said, oh, I don't like it.
Was it Sabrina Carpenter?
No.
Who was it?
SZA.
That was it. I'm so old.
Don't worry, this is another, let's call it rap artist, saying it's a struggle for every young black man. You know how it is. Only God can judge us. I like that phrase, only God can judge me, despite not really believing in God.
It doesn't get you off a parking fine, I'll tell you that much. Derek B.
No. Tupac. Which pop star says, where I am today, I still have my ups and downs, but I take it one day at a time, and I just hope that I can be the best I can possibly be, not only for myself, but also young people that are out there today and need someone to look up to. That's quite a claim, isn't it? From let's call it a former collaborator of Ollie Murs.
I think that just sounds like they're reading a bunch of posters off middle-aged women's kitchen walls.
Well, I don't like to name and shame, but...
You're reading your aunt's Facebook feed there, are you?
Demi Lovato on Facebook all the time. This is more interesting than, let's say, Demi was. When I was very young, I was sort of floored by the fact that my mother and my father and everyone I knew was going to die one day, and myself too. I had a sort of philosophical crisis. I couldn't believe that we were mortal. And yet, she can't turn up to her gigs on time because she's doing her hair. That's another Glastonbury reference. It's a good point, though, isn't it? Here, she is this young pop star, troubled by the fact that we're all inevitably heading.
We don't know that yet. We could be immortal.
That's true.
We don't know. There's no evidence to suggest we're not. I don't know. Lady Gaga?
Lana Del Rey? Oh, one final pop star, James. Which pop star said, who would ever think that so much went on in the soul of a young girl?
Is it the writer of the movie Inside Out?
No, but it's a good point. It is the ex-member of the band Alicia's Attic. It's Anne Frank, James. What? No? Have I got that right? What? No. This is another question, James. This is from Razor Sharp Smile on YouTube. They are saying, can anyone tell me why I feel like crying when I hear this song?
Well, either because it's touched you emotionally or because you think it's awful. Those are the two.
Probably
main
those
reasons,
are the two
aren't they?
options, yeah.
Or you're allergic to Donny Osmond.
Number 6.
Up one to number 6, it's Rod Stewart with Oh No, Not My Baby.
Now, we've spoken of Rod Stewart before.
We have. He brings out weird feelings in you, James.
What have I said about Rod Stewart before?
His voice goes right through you.
It does. His voice goes right through me.
Right.
So, and we've also talked on this podcast before about sort of bulletproof songs. We talked about the Dina Carroll cover version of It's Too Late.
Oh, yeah.
In the 90s.
Yeah.
And I was saying the song is so good that they'd really have to mess it up.
We've done it with other songs. Can't Help Falling in Love, UB40, one that springs to mind.
This is another example of that. This song is so strong. And actually the production on this record, I think, is so good.
I see.
That it almost made me overlook the noise that comes out of Rod Stewart's face.
Right. So you have a... Let's put this out early. We don't do it too often, I hope. James can't help but see through the prism of his personal Rod bias.
But this, of all the Rod Stewart songs I've had to listen to, this is the one I almost tolerate.
All right. So it's written by Goffin and King, wasn't it? Let's get some facts. You knew the song anyway? You seem to be implying you knew a version of this song at least?
I knew it was an old song. There are loads and loads of different cover versions of it.
The version I'm most familiar with is the first cut was the deepest, as Rod said, weirdly enough, was a Manfred Mann doing it. But, you know, as you say, a few people have done it, haven't they? Great song. Let's put that out there.
Brilliant song.
I like the use of Oh No, Not My Baby. That's a great hook, isn't it? The baby is accused of running around, cheating, being seen in places. The refrain, oh no, not my... Lovely.
Yeah. Your baby's been off with Perry Como. Just having his last go. Yeah. And Rod
Knowing
Stewart
him.
can't believe it. But I think I've loved listening to this week. I really have.
Yeah, oh great.
I think the instrumentation on it, the sound of it, it's got a very classic quality to it.
Whatever classic means. Do you mean authentic? Is that what you're saying? Are you claiming this is more authentic than other records?
I don't know.
It's always interesting, though.
Do you know who's playing the instruments on this?
No, please tell me.
Ronnie Wood, Kenny Jones and Ian McLagan. You know,
the Faces.
From the Faces,
Wow.
But it's not a Faces record.
That's noble of them, isn't it?
It's Rod Stewart.
Now, this is quite good, I think. This is pretty pretentious. Uppo Thumbs one on YouTube says, no one has done this song better. Every planned or unplanned gesture or expression is golden. Then because he's watched the video, right, of him performing it, he goes, well, except for his second time he's pointing to his stomach when he sings My Baby. We get the joke the first time, and it's not that great joke to repeat.
Well, he's saying that he's pregnant.
In the video.
In the video, he points to his stomach.
Yeah, and Uppo Thumbs, despite the, let's call it the owl joy of it, he thinks, oh, come on, Rod, think of better jokes than that. I mean, I don't like to judge James.
Yeah, because it could also be about, in a sort of Billie Jean kind of way, it's not my baby. He could be saying that.
It's a good point. I like any song about what a mama told you to do. It's a bit of advice from his mother, isn't that? My mama told me when rumours spread there's truth somewhere and I should use my head, etc., etc. He's got his mama telling him stuff. He's got his friends telling him he's got someone new. And yet he cannot get over the fact that not his baby. Oh, no. Can you think of other songs where a mother will give you advice?
Mama used to say by Junior.
That'll do. If you can think of any more, email us in shoobypodcast@gmail.com and tell us. We should do a top 10 of parental advice told through the medium of pop.
You all right? Got nothing else on.
Interspeech on YouTube says Rod for Prime Minister. What do you make of that with your bias? Do you think he'd do a good job, Rod?
As long as he didn't do any speeches in song form, that'd be fine.
He brings out almost hives in you, Rod Stewart, James, for some reason.
I feel this has got out of hand, this reaction.
Right.
It's his voice. Something about it.
I read an interview by somebody once. They were talking about the, I can't remember who, it doesn't matter for this point. They were saying, do you like the sound of your own voice to a singer? And whoever it was said, the only singer I know who likes the sound of their own voice is Rod Stewart. So I thought that was pretty interesting as an insight. I always think when someone's turning around in a garage forecourt in the car, I always think, who do they think they are? Rod Stewart. That's because of Alan Partridge. So I think of Rod Stewart almost daily.
I do, but I usually wake up screaming.
Well, we've discussed numbers 10 to 6. What do you think we're going to be doing in part 2 of this week's Shooby Dooby Doo-Up?
I don't know, 11 to 19?
No, we'll be deep diving the top 5, numbers 5 to 1. I like the idea of 11 to 19 one week. That'd be interesting. And that's from the charts of the 19th of September 1973. Just to tell you a little bit about it, we've got the stupidest song ever, Whispering Mick Jagger, and a number 1 with everything thrown in all together all at once. This is the kind of thing you can expect in the next episode. The actual Monster Mash song is not the Monster Mash.
Was there ever a show where David Essex solved crimes on a barge? Because that is what I think of.
Some things are good to be a mystery, James. Let's say it was. When I had a car crash and I was looking into reasons on my insurance form, there wasn't one that said, were you particularly enjoying Shake It Off by Taylor Swift? So, you know.
Sounds like a pudding.
Does sound like a pudding you'd have in the 70s. I'm glad you said this.
Check out our Spotify and YouTube playlists and let us know your thoughts at shubipodcast@gmail.com. And for the songs that aren't in the top 10, join our Patreon community for free and become a subscriber for not free.
Well, I can't wait for part 2. So in the meantime, let's Shooby Dooby Doo. Wop.
Bop bop shoo up.